What if I told you entire cities once filled with life, wealth and power just vanished? From real-life ruins swallowed by jungles to legendary civilizations lost beneath the sea, these are not myths, they actually existed. In this video, we are uncovering 25 of the most mysterious lost cities in history and the shocking reasons why they disappeared. Some were destroyed, others just vanished, ready to explore the forgotten world. In Atlantis, imagine a city so advanced, so powerful, it threatened the very balance of the ancient world and then vanished without a trace. This is the legend of Atlantis, the most famous lost city in history. First mentioned by the Greek philosopher Plato over 2,300 years ago, Atlantis was described as a vast island empire located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. According to Plato, it was a utopian civilization rich in technology, architecture, and military power. The Atlanteans became greedy and corrupt, challenging Athens in a great war. As punishment from the gods, the entire city was swallowed by the sea in a single day and night of misfortune. But was Atlantis real or just a myth? Some believe it was inspired by the Minoan civilization, which was devastated by a volcanic eruption on the island of Santorini. Others point to possible locations in the Caribbean, Antarctica, or even under the Sahara. Despite centuries of exploration, no concrete evidence has been found. Atlantis remains one of the world's greatest mysteries, a symbol of human ambition, downfall, and the eternal quest for truth hidden beneath the waves. Would you dare to dive into its secrets? Pompeii, Italy. Buried beneath ash, yet frozen in time, Pompeii is one of the most haunting and well-preserved lost cities in human history. Located near modern-day Naples in Italy, Pompeii was a thriving Roman city until the fateful day of August 24, 79 AD, when Mount Vesuvius violently erupted. In just a few hours, volcanic ash and pumice rained down, engulfing the entire city and trapping over 11,000 residents in a tomb of fire and stone. Buildings, streets, homes, even people were preserved exactly as they were at the moment of death. For nearly 1700 years, Pompeii lay hidden under layers of ash, forgotten by history. It was rediscovered in the 18th century, and since then, archaeologists have uncovered a treasure trove of Roman life. Colorful frescoes, bakeries with loaves still in ovens, and even tragic casts of citizens frozen in their final moments. Pompeii gives us a rare and chilling window into everyday Roman life, from luxurious villas and public baths to brothels and bustling marketplaces. Today, Pompeii is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of Italy's most visited landmarks. A reminder that nature's fury can strike without warning, turning a vibrant city into a ghostly snapshot of the past. Machu Picchu, Peru. High in the cloud-kissed peaks of the Andes Mountains lies one of the greatest architectural wonders of the ancient world, Machu Picchu. Built by the Inca civilization in the 15th century, this stunning city sits over 2,400 meters, 7,800 feet above sea level in modern-day Peru. Often called the lost city of the Incas, Machu Picchu was never discovered by Spanish conquistadors and remained hidden for centuries until its rediscovery by American explorer Hiram Bingham in 1911. What makes Machu Picchu so extraordinary isn't just its location, but its design. The city includes over 150 structures, from temples and palaces to terraces and water channels, all made from stone so precisely cut and fitted that not even a blade of grass fits between the cracks. Scholars believe it was either a royal estate or a sacred ceremonial center. Its exact purpose remains a mystery. Surrounded by lush green cliffs and misty valleys, Machu Picchu is both a masterpiece of engineering and a spiritual sanctuary. It survived earthquakes, weather, and time, yet was abandoned just a century after it was built. Today, it stands as a symbol of Incan brilliance and one of the most iconic archaeological sites in the world. 4. Petra, Jordan. Hidden deep within the rose-red cliffs of southern Jordan lies Petra, an ancient city carved directly into the rock, a place so breathtaking it's often called the Rose City. Founded by the Nabateans around the 4th century BCE, Petra became a thriving center of trade, connecting the east and west with goods like incense, spices, and silk. The city flourished thanks to the Nabateans' genius in engineering. They created complex water systems that allowed Petra to thrive in the harsh desert. The most iconic structure in Petra is the Alkhazne, or the Treasury, a 40-meter-tall masterpiece carved from sandstone. But this is just one of hundreds of tombs, temples, and dwellings hidden in the cliffs. Walking through the narrow gorge known as the Sikh, visitors are transported to a world of mystery, history, and stunning architecture. After a massive earthquake and the collapse of trade routes, Petra was abandoned and forgotten by the outside world for centuries. It was rediscovered in 1812 by Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt. Today, Petra is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the new 7 wonders of the world, a timeless reminder of human ingenuity etched into the desert stone. Angkor, Cambodia. Deep in the jungles of Cambodia lies the awe-inspiring ruins of Angkor, once the capital of the mighty Khmer Empire. Built between the 9th and 15th centuries, Angkor was one of the largest and most advanced cities in the world. During its peak, home to over 1 million people, a staggering number for the time. Stretching across more than 400 square kilometers, it was a marvel of urban planning, water management, and religious architecture. At its heart stands Angkor Wat, the world's largest religious monument. Originally built as a Hindu temple for the god Vishnu, it later transformed into a Buddhist sanctuary. Its towers, bas-reliefs, and intricate carvings represent the peak of Khmer architectural brilliance. But Angkor was more than just one temple. It was a vast complex filled with hundreds of temples, reservoirs, canals, and roads. So what caused its decline? Historians believe a combination of warfare, climate change, and resource mismanagement led to the city's gradual abandonment. The jungle slowly reclaimed the land, and Angkor remained hidden from the world until French explorers rediscovered it in the 19th century. Today, Angkor is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, drawing millions who seek to witness the mysterious beauty of a once glorious empire lost to time. Troy, Turkey. Troy, located in modern-day Turkey, is one of the most legendary archaeological sites in the world, famously known from Homer's epic, the Iliad. According to mythology, it was the setting of the Trojan War, where Greek forces waged a decade-long battle to retrieve Helen, the wife of a Spartan king abducted by Prince Paris of Troy. While long thought to be a myth, the ruins of Troy were discovered in the 19th century by Heinrich Schliemann near the Dardanelles. Today, it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The city reveals multiple layers of settlement dating back over 4,000 years from the early Bronze Age to the Roman period. Visitors can explore the remnants of city walls, gates, and a small Roman-era theater. One of the most iconic features on site is a large wooden replica of the Trojan horse, offering a visual link to the legendary tale. Troy's strategic location between Europe and Asia made it a vital trade hub and a target for conquest. Walking through the ancient ruins, one can almost hear the echoes of warriors and imagine the grandeur of a city once thought lost to time. It's a powerful blend of history, myth, and mystery. 7. Babylon, Iraq. Once the crown jewel of Mesopotamia, Babylon was one of the most influential and legendary cities of the ancient world. Located near present-day Hilla, Iraq, Babylon rose to prominence around 1894 BCE and reached its peak under King Nebuchadnezzar II in the 6th century BCE. Under his rule, the city became a symbol of wealth, power, and architectural brilliance, said to be home to the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, though their exact location remains debated. Babylon was not just about beauty. It was a center of learning, law, and culture. The Code of Hammurabi, one of the earliest written legal systems, was created here. The city was adorned with grand temples, including the massive Ziggurat at Temenanki, which some scholars believe inspired the biblical Tower of Babel. The Ishtar Gate, decorated with glazed blue tiles and mythical animals, once served as the ceremonial entrance to the inner city. Over time, invasions by the Persians and later the Greeks led to Babylon's decline. Today, only fragments remain scattered across the desert. Yet the name Babylon still echoes through history, a symbol of both divine grandeur and human ambition lost to time. Amban, Persepolis, Iran. Persepolis, the ceremonial capital of the ancient Achaemenid Empire, stands as one of the greatest symbols of Persian power, artistry, and ambition. Located in modern-day Iran, this magnificent city was founded by Darius the Great around 518 BCE. Designed not as a bustling metropolis, but as a grand stage to showcase the glory of the empire during festivals, especially Nowruz, the Persian New Year. The city was built on a massive stone terrace with palaces, reception halls, and throne rooms decorated with towering columns, intricate reliefs, and detailed carvings. The most iconic structure, the Apadana Palace, featured 72 massive columns and stone staircases adorned with scenes of representatives from across the empire bringing tribute, a visual display of Persian dominance over the ancient world. But Persepolis' brilliance came to a tragic end. In 330 BCE, Alexander the Great captured the city and, in a controversial act, set it ablaze, possibly as revenge for the Persian invasion of Greece. The fire destroyed much of its wooden structures, but the stonework remains. Today, the ruins of Persepolis continue to inspire awe. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, it's a powerful reminder of a civilization that once ruled from the Mediterranean to the Indus and of how even the grandest empires can fall. Tikal, Guatemala. Deep within the dense jungles of northern Guatemala, hidden for centuries beneath layers of vegetation, lies the ancient city of Tikal, one of the greatest urban centers of the Maya civilization. Flourishing between 200 to 900 AD, Tikal was a powerful city-state, home to tens of thousands of people and a center of politics, religion, astronomy, and warfare in the Maya world. At its peak, Tikal boasted impressive pyramids, towering over 70 meters high, palaces, ball courts, and vast plazas, all connected by a network of causeways. The Temple of the Great Jaguar and Temple 4 stand as awe-inspiring symbols of Maya architecture and engineering, rising above the jungle canopy like ancient skyscrapers. Tikal was not only a spiritual and political powerhouse, but also deeply connected to the stars. Its architecture aligns with celestial movements, showing the Mayas' advanced understanding of astronomy and timekeeping. The city engaged in fierce rivalries with neighboring kingdoms like Kalakmul, leading to epic wars and political intrigue. By the end of the 9th century, Tikal mysteriously declined and was eventually abandoned. The jungle consumed its greatness, hiding it from the world until rediscovery in the 19th century. Today, Tikal is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, offering a profound glimpse into the genius and mystery of the ancient Maya. Teton, Carthage, Tunisia. Once the dominant power of the Western Mediterranean, Carthage was a wealthy and advanced ancient city located in present-day Tunisia. Founded by Phoenician settlers from Tyre around 814 BCE, Carthage grew into a maritime superpower, controlling vast trade networks across Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. Its navy was unmatched, and its ports bustled with merchants, goods, and innovation. Carthage is perhaps most famously remembered for its epic conflict with Rome, the Punic Wars. Led by brilliant generals like Hannibal, who famously crossed the Alps with war elephants, Carthage nearly brought Rome to its knees, but in the end, Rome prevailed. In 146 BCE, during the Third Punic War, the Roman army razed Carthage to the ground, reportedly salting the earth to prevent its rebirth. Yet, the city's influence lived on. It was later rebuilt by the Romans and became a key center in the Roman Empire. The original Carthaginian culture, however, was lost to history. Today, the ruins of Carthage and scattered temples, harbors, and necropolises stand as a silent testament to a once mighty civilization. A symbol of ambition, rivalry, and tragic downfall, Carthage remains one of history's most fascinating lost cities. 11. Çatalhöyük, Turkey. Long before the pyramids of Egypt or the temples of Mesopotamia, there was Çatalhöyük, one of the oldest known cities in human history, located in present-day Turkey. Dating back to around 7500 BCE, this Neolithic settlement thrived for over 1000 years, offering a rare window into the earliest forms of human civilization, community living, and agriculture. What makes Çatalhöyük so unique is its layout. There were no streets or walkways. Homes were built tightly together, and people moved across the rooftops, entering their houses through holes in the ceiling. Each mud brick home shared walls with its neighbors, creating a honeycomb-like urban structure. Inside, the walls were decorated with murals, symbols, and animal figures, suggesting a rich spiritual and artistic culture. It is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site and continues to be studied as one of the world's first cities, a place where humans took their first steps toward organized urban living. 12. Knossos, Crete, Greece. Located on the island of Crete, Knossos was the grand capital of the Minoan civilization, considered Europe's oldest advanced society. Dating back to around 1900 BCE, Knossos flourished for centuries as a cultural, political, and economic hub of the Bronze Age Aegean world. At its heart stood the Palace of Knossos, a sprawling complex of over 1,000 rooms, corridors, storerooms, and courtyards. Some even suggest it inspired the myth of the labyrinth and the Minotaur. The palace was highly sophisticated, featuring indoor plumbing, multi-story buildings, colorful frescoes, and intricate art that depicted bulls, goddesses, and nature. The famous Prince of the Lilies fresco and the bull leaping scenes reflect a unique culture that celebrated both nature and ritual. Knossos thrived for centuries, but its end remains debated. Some believe a massive volcanic eruption on the nearby island of Thera, Santorini, triggered earthquakes and tsunamis that devastated the Minoans. Rediscovered in the early 20th century by archaeologist Sir Arthur Evans, Knossos revealed a forgotten world of elegance, innovation, and myth. Today it stands as one of Greece's most iconic archaeological sites, a bridge between legend and reality where history meets mythology. 13. Teotihuacan, Mexico. Rising from the Valley of Mexico like a forgotten giant, Teotihuacan was one of the most powerful and mysterious cities in ancient Mesoamerica. Established around 100 BCE, it became a thriving urban center by 200 CE, with a population of over 100,000, making it one of the largest cities in the world at the time. Teotihuacan is famous for its massive pyramids. The Pyramid of the Sun, one of the largest in the world, the Pyramid of the Moon, and the Temple of the Feathered Serpent, Quetzalcoatl. These structures were aligned with celestial bodies, showing deep astronomical knowledge. The city also featured long avenues, apartment compounds, markets, and temples, all laid out with remarkable urban planning. Despite its grandeur, Teotihuacan mysteriously declined around the 7th century, possibly due to political unrest, drought, or invasion. Today, Teotihuacan's ruins draw millions of visitors and scholars alike, still trying to unlock the secrets of this majestic forgotten civilization. 14. Great Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe. In the heart of southern Africa lies the towering stone ruins of Great Zimbabwe, the capital of a powerful African kingdom that thrived between the 11th and 15th centuries. Located in present-day Zimbabwe, this city was once home to over 20,000 people and served as a political, religious, and economic center for the Kingdom of Zimbabwe. The most striking feature of Great Zimbabwe is its massive stone architecture, built without mortar, using carefully cut granite blocks stacked in intricate patterns. The great enclosure, with its 11-meter-high outer walls and a mysterious conical tower, stands as one of the largest ancient structures in sub-Saharan Africa. Nearby, the hill complex served as a royal palace or spiritual center, while the valley ruins housed the wider population. Great Zimbabwe controlled regional trade routes and was a hub for gold, ivory, and cattle trade, linking with merchants from as far as China and the Middle East via coastal ports like Sofala. Despite its prominence, the city was abandoned by the 15th century, likely due to environmental decline or overuse of resources. European colonists once denied that Africans built this marvel, but today, Great Zimbabwe proudly symbolizes the rich heritage and engineering brilliance of Africa's past and gives the country its very name. 15. Hattusa, Turkey. Hattusa was the ancient capital of the Hittite Empire, one of the most powerful civilizations of the Bronze Age, located in modern-day Turkey. Founded around 1600 BCE, it grew into a fortified city with massive stone walls stretching over 6 kilometers, designed to protect the city from invasions. The city's most famous entrances are the Lion Gate and the Sphinx Gate, which showcase impressive sculptures symbolizing strength and protection. Hattusa was not only a political and military center but also a cultural hub. It housed an extensive archive of clay tablets inscribed with cuneiform script, including treaties, laws, and religious texts. Among these, the Treaty of Kadesh stands out as one of the world's earliest known peace agreements signed between the Hittites and Egyptians. The city was built atop rocky hills, featuring temples, royal residences, and a sophisticated water system with canals and reservoirs to support its population. Hattusa thrived until around 1200 BCE, when invasions and internal decline led to its abandonment. Rediscovered in the early 20th century, Hattusa is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site offering valuable insights into Hittite civilization, law, diplomacy, and urban planning. Its ruins remain a testament to the complexity and influence of this ancient empire that once rivaled Egypt and Mesopotamia. 16. El Mirador, Guatemala. Deep in the dense jungles of northern Guatemala lies El Mirador, one of the most mysterious and monumental ancient cities of the Maya civilization. Dating back to as early as the 6th century BCE, El Mirador flourished centuries before the famous cities of Tikal or Chichen Itza. What makes El Mirador especially awe-inspiring is its sheer scale. It is home to one of the largest pyramids in the world by volume, Ladanta, which towers over 70 meters high and covers more ground than the Great Pyramid of Giza. The city once housed a thriving population of over 100,000 people and was a hub for trade, politics, and religious ceremonies. Its architecture features massive causeways connecting plazas, temples, and pyramids, all hidden under centuries of forest growth. Rediscovered in the 20th century and still under excavation, El Mirador is offering archaeologists new insights into pre-classic Maya life and urban planning. Unlike more accessible Maya sites, El Mirador is incredibly remote, reachable only by helicopter or a multi-day jungle trek. Its isolation has preserved it from tourism but also exposes it to threats like looting and deforestation. El Mirador stands as a testament to the engineering genius and cultural richness of the ancient Maya. Tedanasta Nanmadol, Micronesia. Hidden among the remote islets of Pohnpei in Micronesia lies Nanmadol, one of the most mysterious and unique ancient cities in the world. Often called the Venice of the Pacific, this remarkable archaeological site consists of nearly 100 artificial islets connected by a series of tidal canals. Built entirely from massive basalt stones, some weighing up to 50 tons, Nanmadol was the ceremonial and political seat of the Saudeleur dynasty, which ruled the island until around the 17th century. Constructed between the 8th and 13th centuries, the engineering behind Nanmadol is still a mystery. With no evidence of pulleys or levers, the way these enormous stones were transported and stacked remains one of the site's greatest enigmas. The city served as a royal center, housing priests, nobles, and rulers separated from the common population, emphasizing the elite's divine status. Surrounded by coral reefs and dense mangroves, the ruins appear to float on the ocean, giving the city an eerie and sacred ambiance. Today, Nanmadol is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, drawing adventurers and historians alike who seek to unlock the secrets of this ancient Pacific marvel lost in time. 18. Vijayanagara, India. Hidden in the heart of Karnataka, India lies the ancient city of Vijayanagara, once the glorious capital of the Vijayanagara Empire and one of the richest cities in the world during the 14th to 16th centuries. Sprawling across the landscape near modern-day Hampi, this UNESCO World Heritage Site was a center of wealth, culture, religion, and military power in South India. The city's architecture reflects a mesmerizing blend of Hindu art and Dravidian engineering, with grand temples, elaborate bazaars, aqueducts, and palaces carved from massive stone blocks. The Virupaksha temple, still in active worship, is one of the oldest structures, surrounded by pillared halls and towering gopurams. The Vittala temple, with its iconic stone chariot and musical pillars, showcases the kingdom's advanced craftsmanship. Beyond religious structures, Vijayanagara was fortified with massive stone walls, watchtowers, and water management systems that demonstrated sophisticated urban planning. At its peak, the city drew merchants and travelers from Persia, Portugal, and China. However, after the empire's defeat at the Battle of Talikota in 1565, the city was looted and destroyed, turning it into a ghost city almost overnight. Today, Vijayanagara stands as a hauntingly beautiful reminder of a once thriving civilization lost to time. 19. Mohenjo-daro, Pakistan. Deep in the Sindh province of modern-day Pakistan lies the ancient city of Mohenjo-daro, one of the most important archaeological sites of the Indus Valley civilization. Flourishing around 2500 BCE, this city was a marvel of urban planning centuries ahead of its time. Mohenjo-daro featured a complex grid layout, advanced drainage systems, public wells, and even a great bath, believed to have been used for ritual purification. The city's name means Mound of the Dead in Sindhi, possibly referencing its mysterious abandonment. Mohenjo-daro was not only a residential hub but also a center for trade and craftsmanship. Archaeologists have uncovered seals, pottery, tools, and ornaments that suggest a thriving economy and connections with Mesopotamia. The people of Mohenjo-daro had no known kings or palaces, indicating a possibly egalitarian society. Their script, known as the Indus script, remains undeciphered, leaving much of their culture and governance a mystery. Despite its advancements, Mohenjo-daro was eventually abandoned, possibly due to climate change, river shifts, or invasions. Today, it stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, offering a silent yet powerful glimpse into one of humanity's earliest urban civilizations. Its ruins are a testament to human ingenuity, long before modern civilization emerged. 20 Ubar, Oman. Hidden beneath the sands of Oman's vast Rub al Khali desert lies the legendary lost city of Ubar, often referred to as the Atlantis of the sands. Believed to have once been a thriving center of trade, especially in frankincense, Ubar was mentioned in ancient texts and Islamic lore as a wealthy city destroyed by divine punishment due to the arrogance of its people. For centuries, explorers and archaeologists searched for it, and in the early 1990s, satellite imagery led to the discovery of a site near Shisar in Oman. The ruins included collapsed structures and an octagonal fortress, pointing to a sophisticated settlement that thrived thousands of years ago. Ubar likely served as a key trading hub along ancient incense routes, connecting the Arabian Peninsula to Mesopotamia and beyond. Harsh desert conditions eventually caused the water table to collapse, forming sinkholes that swallowed parts of the city. Today, visitors can explore the excavation site, surrounded by the haunting silence of the desert, and imagine the grandeur that once stood here. Ubar remains a captivating reminder of ancient civilizations lost to time and sand, blending history, legend, and mystery into a tale still unfolding. 21. Leptis Magna, Libya. Leptis Magna, located in present-day Libya, is one of the most impressive and well-preserved Roman cities outside Italy. Founded by the Phoenicians around 1100 BCE and later absorbed into the Roman Empire, it flourished especially under the reign of Emperor Septimius Severus, who was born there. The city became a model of Roman urban planning and architecture, showcasing magnificent structures such as the Grand Amphitheatre, the vast Forum, a triumphal arch, and a large basilica. Leptis Magna stood as a symbol of imperial grandeur, with wide colonnaded streets, elaborate mosaics, and complex market areas that hinted at its vibrant trade connections across the Mediterranean and into Africa. Strategically located along the coast, Leptis Magna thrived as a commercial hub, exporting goods like olive oil, grain, and exotic animals to Rome. However, with the decline of the Roman Empire, the city's fortunes also waned. It was eventually abandoned after a series of invasions and a massive sandstorm that buried much of it. Today, despite being surrounded by desert and political instability, Leptis Magna remains an archaeological treasure. Its ruins offer a hauntingly beautiful glimpse into the grandeur of ancient Rome far from its capital, drawing historians and travelers fascinated by lost civilizations. 22. Sanchi, India. Nestled in the heart of India's Madhya Pradesh, Sanchi is a remarkable ancient site famous for its beautifully preserved Buddhist stupas dating back to the 3rd century BCE. Established by Emperor Ashoka, who played a crucial role in spreading Buddhism, Sanchi became a vibrant center of religious activity and art. The most famous structure is the Great Stupa, a large hemispherical dome built to house sacred relics of the Buddha. It is surrounded by intricately carved gateways called toranas, which depict stories from the Buddha's life and teachings in exquisite detail. Sanchi's architecture and sculptures represent some of the earliest examples of Buddhist art and symbolize the spread of Buddhist philosophy across Asia. The site also includes monasteries, temples, and smaller stupas, all set amidst peaceful surroundings. Over time, Sanchi was largely abandoned and forgotten, buried under dense forest until its rediscovery in the 19th century. Today, Sanchi is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and attracts pilgrims, historians, and tourists who come to admire its serene beauty and spiritual significance. The site stands as a timeless testament to the power of faith, artistry, and cultural exchange in ancient India. 23. Mesa Verde, USA. Nestled in the rugged cliffs of southwestern Colorado, Mesa Verde is a stunning archaeological site that preserves the ancient homes of the ancestral Pueblans who lived there from approximately 600 to 1300 AD. Famous for its cliff dwellings, Mesa Verde showcases multi-story stone houses built directly into alcoves and caves along the canyon walls, providing natural protection from the elements. These dwellings, including the famous Cliff Palace, housed families and communities with rooms for living, storage, and ceremonial purposes called kivas. The ancestral Puebloans were skilled farmers, growing maize, beans, and squash on the plateau above, and they developed intricate pottery, weaving, and tools. Their society was deeply spiritual, reflected in the artistry and architecture found throughout the site. Around the late 13th century, Mesa Verde was mysteriously abandoned, possibly due to drought, resource depletion, or social upheaval. Today, it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the most important Native American heritage sites in the United States. Mesa Verde offers a captivating glimpse into a complex and resourceful culture that thrived in the harsh environment of the American Southwest. 24. Ani, Turkey. Perched on the rugged cliffs of eastern Turkey near the Armenian border lies Ani, once known as the city of 1001 churches. Founded in the 5th century, Ani flourished during the medieval period as the capital of the Armenian kingdom of Bagratuni. At its height in the 10th and 11th centuries, Ani was a bustling metropolis with an estimated population of 100,000, making it one of the largest cities of its time. Renowned for its stunning architecture, Ani's skyline was dotted with magnificent churches, palaces, and fortifications, showcasing a blend of Armenian, Byzantine, and Georgian influences. The Cathedral of Ani, with its intricate stone carvings and grand design, remains one of the city's most iconic landmarks. Ani was a vibrant cultural and economic hub situated along key trade routes connecting the east and west. However, repeated invasions, earthquakes, and shifting political powers led to Ani's decline and eventual abandonment by the 14th century. Today, the ruins of Ani stand silent but powerful, a haunting reminder of a once glorious civilization. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Ani continues to captivate historians and travelers drawn to its mysterious beauty and rich history. 25. Helike, Greece. Helike was an ancient Greek city located on the northern coast of the Peloponnese, famously swallowed by the sea and buried under mud and sand after a devastating earthquake and tsunami around 373 BC. Once a thriving center of commerce and culture, Helike was a prominent city-state with temples dedicated to gods like Poseidon, reflecting its strong maritime connections. According to ancient accounts, the city was destroyed suddenly, with the entire population vanishing as the land literally sank beneath the waves, leading many to associate Helike with the legend of Atlantis. For centuries, the exact location of Helike remained lost, buried under sediment near the modern town of Aegion. Excavations in the late 20th and early 21st centuries uncovered remains of submerged walls, buildings, and artifacts, confirming the city's existence and catastrophic end. The sudden destruction of Helike serves as a powerful reminder of nature's unpredictable force and its ability to erase entire civilizations. Today, Helike fascinates archaeologists and visitors alike, offering unique insights into ancient Greek urban life and the tragic vulnerability of coastal cities to natural disasters. The world is full of wonders. Some we can still visit, and some are lost forever in time. But every ruin holds a story, and every mystery fuels the adventure. If you loved exploring these lost cities, don't miss our other videos on the most beautiful and unreal places on Earth. Hit subscribe, follow us at AwayLoop, comment on Facebook, and keep chasing the unknown, because the next discovery could be just one click away.